Welcome to our webinar today, brought to you by Automation Services, the USA provider of idea data analysis software. Today we're going to take a look at a new suite of analysis tools built specifically for use with your IDEA software by Automation Services. These new sets of analytics are called IDEA Audit Solutions. Today we're going to focus on the Travel and Entertainment Expense module of tests. My name is Scott Smith. I'm the sales engineer here at Automation Services, and it's my job to help you get the absolute best and most efficient use of your IDEA data analysis software. We hope that this brief presentation will spark not only your interest, but a few questions related to the pre-written tests available in this Travel and Entertainment Expense module. If that's the case, please don't hesitate to give your Automation Services account manager a call for more information. At Automation Services, we firmly believe that embracing audit testing standards and data analysis skills are core competencies that will improve your process and understanding of the risk in your organizations. The best and most efficient way to accomplish this is to embrace and leverage the latest technology available. While doing many presentations online for customers and prospects related to travel and entertainment expenses, many people ask, why audit travel and entertainment expenses at all? There are actually many valid reasons to do so. Typically, travel and entertainment expenses are significant business expenses, possibly second only to payroll. The SOX Act of 2002 required companies to review the strength and adequacy of internal controls related to all expenditures, including T&E. Some employees think that they are above the law. Some think they're too insignificant. Standard sampling is not sufficient. And by testing those controls, internal audit can find errors and potentially fraud. Regular testing can improve controls over employee costs and clearly establish a tone of compliance for all employees. IDEA Audit Solutions are canned or pre-written tests. They are very easy to use and provide standardized, consistent results every time they're run. There are currently a good handful of function-specific packages available, with more being created on a regular basis. So let's get going and take a look at some of the test scripts included in Audit Solutions Travel and Entertainment module. I've switched over to IDEA version 9, and as you can see, I've already imported a set of data that I received from a client. What I'm going to do now is actually walk through a few of the tests. Some of them are quite simple to accomplish. Some of them would take many steps to accomplish if you were to do it manually. As on the last presentations, I have a menu up on my ribbon that I've named Audit Solutions. And for today's presentation, I've put a few of the tests out of the package onto the menu itself. So I'm going to start off by doing a fairly simple test called Delay in Submission. The objective of this test is to look for people that delay reporting their expenses, maybe stacking them up for the end of the month, end of the quarter, or worse, end of the year, and identify the employees. And you get to determine how many days would be considered a delay. Choose the test from the menu item, and then select the file that you'd like to interrogate. Click Open. All of the tests in the Audit Solution packages are going to be dialogue driven, so each test that you click will show various dialogues. Simply answer the questions and you'll get a good solid result. For this test, I need to determine how many days would be considered a delay. I'm going to choose 15 days. I expect the employees to file their expense reports within 15 days of travel. And click OK. Select the return date. Each one of the tests that request input will have a dialog box and potentially a drop-down for you to choose the file from your dataset. Next, select number 2, which is the travel claim date, and click OK. As you can see, I have one instance where an employee took more than 15 days to submit their expense report. As with most of the tests in these modules, you get a file output, and in the library, you'll actually get an export as an Excel spreadsheet of the result set. Let's go ahead and go to the second test. For this test, I'm going to look at department-based top travel expenses claimed by employees per month. Who's traveling the most? Who's spending the most money on travel? Click OK and choose the file to interrogate one more time. This particular test has a lot of information needed in order to sum up the data and provide a good result. Simply read what's required and choose the field from the drop-down list. Employee number, and last is the date of travel. When all the fields are selected, click OK. As you can see in this summarization of the data by department, it even gives you the month and the employee and how many records and the total dollars. We're going to do one more test that's I would consider to be fairly simple. They're not difficult tests to run. They just might take a little bit of time to develop. The whole concept behind Audit Solutions packages are these tests are developed for you. You can hand them off to a junior analyst or someone just starting their career in internal audit, trying to get their head wrapped around and get their feet on the ground, the data that you're analyzing, and allow them to run the tests and get consistent results every time. Let's go ahead and look at departure and return date is the same day, but an employee claimed per diem for that day. Click on test number 16 in the menu. Choose the file to interrogate. 3 pieces of information are needed for this particular test: the date of travel, the date of return, and the per diem field. When all your data items are selected, click OK. And you can see in this instance I have 27 occurrences where the person traveled. It was a one-day trip, and they also claimed their per diem. This may not be out of line or out of the ordinary, but it does narrow the data down to make it a whole lot easier to go through and look at individual records to see if it is in fact a legitimate per diem expense. As you can see, all of these tests were fairly quick to run. They provided a single file as an output, not too difficult to recreate and actually run it time and time again. For the last test of the day, what I'm going to do is close out the files in my data panel, and I'm going to run a test that, if you were to do it manually, would take a lot of aggregation. There are a lot of intermediate files in order to put this test together. The test is the first test in the module is trend analysis by employee by quarter. And as you'll see, after I answer the questions for this test, a lot of stuff goes on. A lot of intermediate files are created and then appended in order to create a very concise quarter by quarter view of employees. Click on the test number 1, trend analysis by employee and quarter. Choose the file to interrogate. 4 pieces of information. I need the employee number field. I need the employee name, the date of travel, and the total amount spent. Let's go ahead and click OK. You can see the files being created across the top of the screen, and ultimately I end up with the result file with each employee broken down by expenditures by quarter. This could be a very valuable test. It will allow you to potentially look at and plan for travel in upcoming quarters or upcoming years. And one more time, if you were to actually do this test manually, it's an extensive test. A lot of aggregation of data, a lot of summarization of data, a lot of appending of data could be quite difficult to reproduce on your own. With Audit Solutions Travel and Entertainment module, the test is pre-written. All of the logic is created for you. You provide the data, select the proper inputs, and the test will run itself and give you a very valid result. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call that the end of the test that we're going to run. If you're interested in learning more, please log on to our website at www.automation.com or call your account manager directly. You can actually purchase the travel and entertainment expenses or any of the other Audit Solution modules directly through our website. And as always, if you need help with your IDEA software, you can call the Automation Services Help Desk at 888-641-2800 and choose option 4. Thanks, and make it a great day.